God's call on her life to change her diet and her lifestyle. Amazing. The doctor told her that she will be dead within 5 years. Got chemo and radiation. She is now 11 years past their prediction. Naomi is the co-founder of the Victory Haven nonprofit, helping those who seek alternative cancer therapies. Naomi and her husband Tim host and facilitate a weekly wellness group. That is truly amazing, and we know that what God says is what goes, right? Amen. Naomi Haven. Thank you.
Thank you. I have a couple of props that I'm grabbing real quick. So how many of you have been affected in some way? Either you or a family member have been affected by cancer? Wow, just about everybody in the room. All right. Well, let me tell you that, it was just mentioned a few minutes ago about cancer being a mountain. For me, cancer was my deepest fear. And there's a song out called Oceans. And it says, "You took me out upon the waters where my feet cannot touch. I am not a swimmer. And being out in the ocean scares me to death because my feet can't touch and because I can't see in there. But cancer was my ocean, and God brought me through that. Amen. God has been my inspiration from my very first breath on this earth. And I find it amazing that way back in high school, the prophet Daniel became my favorite Bible character. Now, how many teenagers do you know that choose a Bible character as their model to go by? I didn't quite understand it at the time, but I really respected how he chose not to defile himself. As a teenager, he chose not to defile himself. My husband and I are involved in with a lot of different age groups. And we've got a young soldier right now who is defiling himself sexually and thinks nothing of it. And he calls himself a Christian and just thinks nothing of it. But Daniel chose not to defile himself. And the verse that really stands with me is Daniel 1:8. Daniel purposed, he made a choice ahead of time not to defile himself with king's food. Daniel was in exile. He was a young teenager that was taken from his home and held captive for the remainder of his life. And they tried to initiate him into their culture. They tried to change him away from his birth culture, get him to come away from God. But he chose ahead of time to not defile himself. And something that I have learned now that I realize why Daniel was my favorite Bible character is because I have become a Daniel. Honestly, churches are some of the hardest people to talk to about this because don't you dare talk to me about my food. Right. I have all kinds of addictions, but don't you dare talk to me about the addiction of food no matter what it does to my body. And they are some of the hardest people, and I have struggled so much. Alicia is in our wellness group, and she knows the struggle that I have been through. I talk to a lot of international people, and I have been over in other countries. I grew up military, and my husband is retired military. When I talk to a lot of those international people, they tell me, cancer is the rich man's disease. The poor people don't know anything about cancer. And when I tell them why, when I say why, and they say, well, because the rich people can afford the American style food. The poor people have to eat off the land. They have to grow their own stuff. It's not processed. It's not got all the chemicals in it. It's the way God built it in the garden in the very beginning. He started us in a garden, and we have moved away from it. I've got a display outside that has foods that some of them are 6 years old. And it's cheap food. It's, Burger King, McDonald's. Chick-fil-A is out there. My own church thinks that Chick-fil-A is the Holy Grail. That's what all the volunteers get whenever there's volunteer meals, is Chick-fil-A. I'm sorry, but it's 2 years old, and it has not changed. Because it's got so many preservatives and so processed that there is no nutrition. We are starving our bodies. We are not giving them the nutrition. And so they are having to go in, our bodies are having to go inside themselves and pull nutrition out of the cells, which depletes the body completely. And we put a lot of chemicals in there. I tell people, if you put Kool-Aid in the tank of your car, how long is your car going to run? Kool-Aid was not made for the car. It's a liquid, and it can be dark, but it was not made for the car. These foods that Americans have gotten so hooked on, number one, they're cheap. We don't want to take the time because our lives are so fast-paced. But they were not made for our bodies, and our bodies do not know how to process them. So we're getting sick. I've got a couple of, I do have a list of resources out at that table that have been very beneficial for me in my journey. One of those resources, and this is my only copy right now, but this can be gotten at Barnes & Noble. This is Cancer. Step outside the box. Cancer is a multi-million-dollar business in this country. Ty Bollinger, who wrote this book, lost 7 family members to cancer within a very short time period. 2 of those were his parents. His kids have never met their grandparents because they were killed through the therapies. And he started thinking, we're supposed to have the best healthcare system in the world. Why? Why did I just lose all these family members in such a short time period? So he's gone on a 20-year quest, and he has gone around the world, around the United States, talked to doctors, scientists, and to survivors, finding out the truth. We're being fed a bunch of lies. Now, not only does food play a big part, food is about 95%. Hereditary, maybe 5%, but most of the time that has to do with the food that's passed down from generation to generation. And it's been proven that genes can be turned on and off, so it's not in your genes. The genes can be turned on and off. Scientists have proved that. But not only does the food play a part, the chemicals, if you'll hold those up for me, please. The chemicals that we use. These are just to help me remember, these are the chemicals that I use, my shampoo and my dishwasher soap. And sometimes they're not always 100% the best. But the chemicals, the lotions, the hairsprays, the things that we put on our bodies don't know how to process them. So they get stuck and they cause all kinds of issues. Our other thing is that we are so busy that we don't take time to exercise, or we sit so much. We don't do the work that our ancestors did. We sit. My husband works on computers all day, but he stands. His desk is so that his computer is up at eye level, or up at where he can get it. He does not sit. One of the suggestions that I have that is very simple is a hula hoop, 5 minutes a day. And you can do several things with the hula hoop besides doing it around your waist. You can also hold each side and do stretches. And I'm finding that if I wake up kind of achy in the morning, I do stretches with the hula hoop, and that helps. It's amazing how the blood, cancer cannot survive, thank you, in an oxygenated body. And when we just sit, we're not getting the oxygen flowing. And all the blood in our bodies run through our jaws multiple times a day. And so if there's anything going on in our jaws, it is going through our bodies as well. But helping to get exercise, walking is a really good exercise too. That, you know, there's a lot of runners. If you're a runner, that's a good thing too. I'm just saying, this is something you can do 5 minutes a day, and it's amazing how it gets the blood running and stuff like that. So, two other things that I have, and I actually do have Kahoot door prizes that we'll be doing in a little bit. This is going to be one of the door prizes. This is written by a doctor, and it's cancer is not a disease. It's a survival mechanism. It's a sign of a sick body and the body being malnourished and having to take from inside itself to try and help heal itself. God made our bodies to heal ourselves. You know, everybody keeps telling me, wow, it's amazing. You did it without chemo? You did it without radiation? Do you know that chemo has only been around for about 50 years? And it came, how many of you are familiar with people who have dealt with or are dealing with Agent Orange from like Vietnam? Do you realize that chemo is a byproduct of Agent Orange? That's what it is. And yet we're allowing ourselves to use it on a regular basis. You know, this is, when I was diagnosed, it was like 1 out of 100. 100 years ago, it was 1 out of 1,000 that got cancer. What's the difference? It's predicted that in the next 4 years, it'll be every single American that will be diagnosed with cancer because of our fast pace, our stress level, the foods that we depend on, the boxed foods. We shop outside the perimeter. We don't go inside where the shelving is. We do the fruits and the vegetables. And I personally have had to cut out the animal products because my body responds better on the fruits and the vegetables and the nuts and the seeds. We don't get the canned goods. And then another, I don't tell anybody how to do your, what to eat and what not to eat. This is my recommendation here, and this is going to be one of the door prizes as well. It's your perfect diet. There are a lot of diets out there for all kinds of purposes. And I've looked at a lot of the cancer diets out there. And I've tried a lot of them. Some of them work and some of them don't for me. This one suggests that you do it for yourself. And what you do is you test the foods for yourself. And a simple test that you can do, and I'm in the grocery store. If you see me at Kroger, and I'm standing like this, and I've got food in my hand at my stomach, you know I'm testing that food because what it is, even when it's in the bottle or the plastic or the can, you can still get a response from it. You hold it to your stomach and you close your eyes, and if you feel yourself leaning forward, that means it's good for your body. If you feel yourself leaning back, it's kind of like, you ever had to tell somebody, whoa, stop, stop, no more, no more. That's what it's telling your body when you lean back. It's going, whoa, whoa, please, no more. I absolutely love this book. And so somebody will be getting that today. Also, for the last year, I have been working on my own autobiography. It's called Stealth Journey, Finding Victory with Spitfire Perseverance and Tenacity. It's going to cost me about $1,200 to get 50 copies printed. So I'm taking pre-orders. we're looking, I wanted it to be done this month because of breast cancer awareness, but it just, there was a lot involved with it. I start from the beginning because people go, how did you do this all by yourself? Well, I've had to look inside myself and find that from the first breath that I took on this earth, I basically had to figure out stuff myself. And I believe that that was God preparing me to be a Daniel. And throughout my life, I've had other things. I've been abandoned over and over and over and over again. And you talk about, you know, your pastor talked about being there for people who are going through cancer. I did not have that. When the people who should have been there for me found out that I was not going to be eating the foods that they were looking at, and Alicia understands this, please listen to this. They abandoned me. They didn't even offer to help monetarily. So I've had a stealth journey, but God has helped me get through it. And this is going to be my story. And we're looking at it being out in time for Christmas, hopefully the 1st of December, but it depends on how many pre-orders I get, and we're doing some final stages of the book as well, and stuff like that. But anyways, my husband and I will be outside afterward, and feel free to talk to us. Please come look at the food display, and we would love to talk to you. And we do have the weekly wellness group, and Alicia is part of it, and we've got little flyers out there for you to take home and be able to help with that too. Thank you for having me.
Amen.
So much. Did y'all feel that knockout punch?
Yes.
Let me tell y'all the biggest knockout punch of that for me was, you know, ever since I was a child, we've had everything almost you could think of deep fried. So according to these things that she's been saying, deep fry is not so good for us, right?
Amen.
So that was a pretty good knockout punch.